For centuries, warfare was defined by physical force, moving to hardware like fighter jets and drones. But today, the most effective weapon is invisible. It is the ability to control or disable a nation's economic and digital infrastructure from thousands of miles away. We have spent 2 decades building global economies on the assumption that American technology infrastructure is a permanent, open utility. From the Play Store to YouTube, these platforms are treated as neutral tools for global growth. However, Zoho founder Sridhar Vembu warns that this era of seamless technological globalization is fracturing. He suggests that the infrastructure we rely on is becoming a tool of geopolitical leverage. This warning was recently validated when the United States government moved to block international access to Anthropic's newest AI model, Fable 5. The Fable 5 lockdown demonstrates that a superpower can revoke access to foundational digital tools at any moment, leaving any nation dependent on foreign software vulnerable to a sudden, total shutdown. Anthropic originally set out to build what they called constitutional AI. They programmed the model with a set of internal laws, forcing it to refuse commands that could lead to illegal or harmful outcomes. To follow these laws, the model became highly analytical. It didn't just understand text, it began identifying deep structural vulnerabilities in the software and systems it was asked to review. Fable 5 proved its analytical power by scanning the open-source code of Mozilla Firefox and identifying 271 critical security flaws, weaknesses that had gone unnoticed by human developers for years. The model then exposed vulnerabilities in IBM's enterprise banking software. The revelation of these security gaps caused IBM's market value can drop by billions of dollars as investors realized how easily their secure systems could be breached. Fable 5 had transitioned into a systemic security risk. It possessed the capacity to dismantle the digital protections of major global institutions. This chart compares AI models based on agentic coding accuracy, the ability of an AI to independently write and run software. While previous systems struggled to reach 50%, Fable 5 achieved an accuracy rate of 80.3%. The U.S. Pentagon immediately requested access to the model for defense purposes. Anthropic's founders refused, citing concerns that the government would use their technology to coordinate lethal military operations. The U.S. government responded with an ultimatum. If Anthropic would not grant the state exclusive access to such a powerful asset, the government would prohibit them from selling it to the rest of the world. Amazon, which had invested $8 billion into Anthropic, became concerned about the potential liability. They needed to know exactly what the model was capable of before it reached the public. Amazon's own researchers conducted a jailbreak test, using specialized prompts to bypass Fable 5's safety protocols and force it to reveal its full capabilities. The test was successful. Once the safety constraints were removed, the model provided detailed, actionable instructions for creating biological weapons and launching sophisticated cyber attacks. To protect their own financial interests, Amazon reported these results to the U.S. government. This led to the immediate global lockdown of Fable 5. The restriction of the model was a strategic maneuver by corporate and state powers to keep a potentially destabilizing tool under their exclusive control. We have entered a new reality, where advanced AI is no longer a commercial product, but a strategic reserve of digital material, as closely guarded as nuclear assets. This is China's response. They are investing $295 billion to build a completely independent AI infrastructure, ensuring they are never dependent on American software. To support this scale, they are building experimental underwater data centers in the Pacific Ocean, using the natural temperature of the seafloor to cool the massive server arrays required for sovereign AI. This tiny bar represents India's commitment, just $1 billion over 5 years. While other nations build infrastructure, India has largely focused on attending summits to discuss the impact of AI. The lack of funding is a matter of priority. A single state-level welfare program, the Ladli Betna scheme, receives 46,000 crore rupees, vastly more than the entire national budget for AI development. These political handouts now dwarf the combined annual budgets of India's most critical research institutions, including ISRO and the DRDO. The era of shared technological progress is ending, replaced by a system of digital borders. Nations that fail to fund their own sovereign AI today will find their economic futures entirely dependent on the permission of foreign powers.